Let us see some more examples of inverse trigonometric functions. Cos inverse x plus sin inverse x by 2 is equal to pi by 6. Given that cos inverse x plus sin inverse x by 2 is equal to pi by 6. Let cos inverse x is equal to alpha and sin inverse x by 2 is equal to beta. Cos alpha is equal to x and sin beta is equal to x by 2, so that sin alpha is root over 1 minus x square and cos beta is root over 1 minus x by 2 whole square. Now cos alpha, cos inverse x plus sin inverse x is equal to pi by 6. Therefore alpha plus beta is equal to pi by 6. Sin of alpha plus beta is equal to sin pi by 6. That is sin a plus sin of a plus b is sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta is equal to half. That is sin alpha is root over 1 minus x square and cos beta is root over 1 minus x square by 4 plus x into x by 2 is equal to half. That is equal to root over 1 minus x square into root over 1 minus x square by 4 is equal to 1 minus x square by 2. That is root over 1 minus x square into root over 4 minus x square is equal to 1 minus x square. That root that you bring this side, we have root 1 minus x square as common into 4 minus x square minus root over 1 minus x square is equal to 0. Therefore 1 minus x square is equal to 0 and 4 minus x square is equal to 1 minus x square. That is 4 is equal to 1 is impossible. Now let us see. Therefore x should be plus or minus 1. When x is minus 1, LHS will be cos inverse minus 1 plus sin inverse minus 1 by 2, that is equal to pi minus pi by 6, that is not equal to pi by 6. Therefore x is minus 1 is not an admissible factor. Therefore x is equal to 1 is the solution. Now let us find the values of pi's in these examples. Find the value of cos inverse cos of 2 pi by 3. That is nothing but 2 pi by 3, since cos inverse cos theta is equal to theta if theta lies between 0 and pi. Similarly tan inverse tan 3 pi by 4. Tan inverse tan theta is equal to theta if theta lies between minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. Now this can be written as tan inverse tan pi minus pi by 4. That is tan inverse minus tan pi by 4 or tan inverse tan of minus pi by 4, that is equal to minus pi by 4. Now let us see sine of cos inverse 5 by 13. Sine of cos inverse 5 by 13 is nothing but sine of sine inverse 12 by 13. That is sine of sine inverse 12 by 13 is nothing but 12 by 13. Let us see another example. Tan of cosecant minus 13 by 2. That can be written as tan of sine inverse 12 by 13, that is equal to tan of tan inverse 12 by 5. Therefore the value of tan of cosecant minus 13 cosecant inverse minus 30 cosecant inverse 13 by 2 is nothing but 12 by 5. Prove that arc sin 3 by 5 plus arc cos 5 by root 34 is equal to arc tan 27 by 11. Solution: let alpha be sin inverse 3 by 5 and beta be cos inverse 5 by root 34. Therefore sin alpha is equal to 3 by 5 and cos beta is equal to 5 by root 34. Therefore tan alpha is 3 by 4 and tan beta is 3 by 5. Now let us take tan of alpha plus beta, that is equal to tan alpha plus tan beta by 1 minus tan alpha tan beta. Substitute the values 3 by 4 plus 3 by 5 by 1 minus 3 by 4 into 3 by 5, that is equal to 27 by 11. Therefore alpha plus beta will be nothing but tan inverse 27 by 11. Hence alpha is nothing but sin inverse 3 by 5 and beta is nothing but cos inverse 5 by root 34. Therefore, sine inverse 3 by 5 plus cos inverse 5 by root 34 is equal to tan inverse 27 by 11. Prove that cos 2 arc tan 1 by 7 is equal to sine 4 arc sine 1 by root 10. Solution, let us take 2 arc tan 1 by 7 is nothing but 2 tan inverse 1 by 7. Tan inverse 2 into 1 by 7 by 1 minus 1 by 7 whole square, tan inverse 7 by 24. Now let us take the LHS cos of 2 arc tan 1 by 7, that is cos of tan inverse 7 by 24, that is, now therefore cos of cos inverse 24 by 25, that is equal to 24 by 25. Now let us take the right hand side 4 arc sine 1 by root 10, which is nothing but 4 sine inverse 1 by root 10. Let sine inverse 1 by root 10 be alpha, therefore sine alpha is nothing but 1 by root 10. Therefore cos alpha is equal to root over 1 minus 1 by 10, which is root over 9 by 10, which is 3 by root 10. Now since sine 2 alpha is equal to 2 sine alpha cos alpha, that is equal to 2 by 2 into 1 by root 10 into 3 by root 10, that is equal to 3 by 5. Then cos 2 alpha is nothing but root over 1 minus 3 by 5 whole square, that is 4 by 5. Therefore sine 4 alpha is equal to 2 sine alpha cos alpha, 2 sine 2 alpha cos 2 alpha, which is 2 into 3 by 4 into 4 by 5, that is 24 by 5. That is RHS is equal to sine 4 arc sine 1 by root 10, that is nothing but sine 4 alpha, or sine 4 alpha value is nothing but 24 by 25, that is LHS is equal to RHS. Solve tan inverse x plus 1 plus tan inverse x minus 1 is equal to tan inverse 8 by 31. Given that tan inverse x plus 1 plus tan inverse x minus 1 is equal to tan inverse 8 by 31. That is tan inverse x plus 1 plus x minus 1 by 1 minus x plus 1 into x minus 1 is tan inverse 8 by 13. That is 2x by 2 minus x square is equal to 8 by 13. Cross multiplying 8 into 2 minus x square is equal to 62x, or 4 into 2 minus x square is equal to 31x, or 4x square plus 31x minus 8 is equal to 0. On factorizing we get 4x minus 1 and x plus 8 is equal to 0. Therefore x is equal to 1 by 4 or x is equal to minus 8. But x is equal to minus 8 does not satisfy the given equation. Therefore x is equal to 1 by 4 is the solution for the above equation. Prove that sine inverse 4 by 5 plus sine inverse 5 by 13 plus sine inverse 16 by 25 is equal to pi by 2. Let sine inverse 4 by 5 be alpha, sine inverse 5 by 13 be beta, then alpha and beta are the acute angles. So sine alpha is nothing but 4 by 5 and sine beta is nothing but 5 by 13. By the values of sine alpha and sine beta, we can get cos alpha is 3 by 5 and cos beta is nothing but 12 by 13. Now let us take cos of alpha plus beta. Cos of alpha plus beta is nothing but cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta, that is 3 by 5 into 12 by 5 minus 4 by 5 into 5 by 13, which is 16 by 25. Therefore alpha plus beta is nothing but cos inverse 16 by 25. Now let us take the LHS. Therefore sin inverse alpha and beta is nothing but sin inverse 4 by 5 and sin inverse 5 by 13. Therefore sin inverse 4 by 5 plus sin inverse 5 by 13 is nothing but cos inverse 16 by 25. Let this be equation number 1. Now let us take the LHS. Sin inverse 4 by 5 plus sin inverse 5 by 13 plus sin inverse 16 by 25. This we have proved that it is cos inverse 16 by 25. Therefore cos inverse 16 by 25 plus sin inverse 16 by 25, that is pi by 2. Since sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. That is, by equation 1 we have cos inverse 16 by 25 plus sin inverse 16 by 25, which is pi by 2. Therefore, the LHS is equal to RHS. Prove that cot inverse 9 plus cosecant inverse root 41 by 4 is equal to pi by 4. Let cot inverse 9 be alpha, cosecant inverse root 41 by 4 be beta. Therefore, cot alpha is equal to 9 and cosecant beta is equal to root 41 by 4, or tan alpha is 1 by 9 and cot beta is nothing but root over cosecant square beta minus 1, that is root over 41 by 16 minus 1, root over 25 by 16, which is 5 by 4. Therefore, we have tan alpha as 1 by 1. Since cot beta is 5 by 4, tan beta is 4 by 5. Tan of alpha plus beta is equal to tan alpha plus tan beta by 1 minus tan alpha tan beta. Substituting the value of tan alpha 1 by 9 and tan beta 4 by 5, we have 1 by 9 plus 4 by 5 by 1 minus 1 by 9 to 4 by 5. That is 5 plus 36 by 45 minus 4, which is 1. Therefore, tan alpha plus beta is equal to tan pi by 4, or alpha plus beta is pi by 4. But what is alpha? Alpha is nothing but cot inverse 9 and beta is nothing but cosecant inverse root 41 by 4, that is equal to pi by 4. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. Show that cot sin inverse root 13 by 17 is equal to sin tan inverse 2 by 3. Let sin inverse root 13 by 17 is equal to alpha. Therefore, sin alpha is nothing but root 13 by 17. Therefore, cosecant alpha is 1 by sin alpha, that is root 17 by 13. Cot alpha is equal to root 17 by 13 minus 1, that is root over 4 by 13 or 2 by root 13. Now, let us take the left hand side. Cot of sin inverse root 13 by 17, that is nothing but we have assumed sin inverse root 13 by 17 as alpha. Therefore, it becomes cot alpha. Cot alpha is nothing but 2 by root 13. Now, let us take tan inverse 2 by 3 as beta. Therefore, tan beta is 2 by 3. That is equal to, since tan beta is 2 by 3, secant beta is equal to root over 1 plus 2 by 3 whole square, that is root 13 by 3. Therefore, cos beta is reverse, that is 3 by root 13. Therefore, sin beta will be 2 by root 13. Now, right hand side we have sin tan inverse tan inverse 2 by 3. We have assumed that tan inverse 2 by 3 as beta, that is sin beta, sin b. Therefore, sin beta is equal to 2 by root 13. Therefore, the cot alpha is 2 by 13 and sin beta is 2 by 13. Left hand side is equal to right hand side. Solve arc sin 5 by x plus arc sin 12 by x is equal to pi by 2, where x is greater than 0. Given that sin inverse 5 by x plus sin inverse 12 by x is equal to pi by 2, where x is greater than 0. Let sin inverse 5 by x be alpha and sin inverse 12 by x be beta. Therefore, sin alpha is 5 by x and sin beta is 12 by x. Now, we know that alpha plus beta is nothing but pi by 2, or alpha is equal to pi by 2 minus beta. Sin, taking sin on both sides, sin alpha is equal to sin of pi by 2 minus beta. Sin 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. Therefore, sin alpha is equal to cos beta 5x. Sin alpha is nothing but 5 by x, and cos beta is nothing but 1 minus sin square beta, that is 1 minus 12 by x whole square. Therefore, squaring on both sides, 25 by x square is equal to 1 minus 144 by x square, or 169 by x square is equal to 1. X square is equal to 169. Therefore, x is equal to plus or minus 13. But x, it has been given that x is greater than 0. Therefore, the solution for the problem is x is equal to 13. Sin, if sin 2 cos inverse cot 2 tan inverse x is equal to 0, find the value of x. Sin 2 cos inverse cot 2 tan inverse x is equal to 0. That is 2 cos inverse cot 2 tan inverse x is equal to 0 or pi or 2 pi. Since the range of cos inverse is 0 and pi. Now cos inverse cot of 2 tan inverse x is 0 or pi by 2 or pi. Cot of 2 tan inverse x which is equal to 1 or 0 or minus 1, or 2 tan inverse x is equal to plus or minus pi by 4 or plus or minus pi by 2 or plus or minus 3 pi by 4. Therefore tan inverse x is equal to plus or minus pi by 8 or plus or minus pi by 4 or plus or minus 3 pi by 8. Therefore x is equal to plus or minus tan pi by 8 is nothing but root 2 minus 1 or plus or minus 1 or plus or minus root 2 plus 1. We have seen many examples in the inverse trigonometric functions, and by solving this assignment you will be able to understand the topic much more clearly. And we have completed the topic of inverse trigonometric functions, and in the next video we shall see hyperbolic functions. After solving these assignments, if you still have any doubts, you can look into my blog or subscribe to my channel to get more clarity on the subject of inverse trigonometric functions. Trigonometry is a very large subject, and in the next hyperbolic functions we shall see some more interesting formula and examples, and at the end of each video the assignments being provided should help you understand the subject with much more clarity, and hence I request that you solve the assignments to understand the same.